Greetings, Jedi traders. David here of TradingFibs.com to bring you the daily trend for week 23, day 3. It is Thursday, June 7th, 2017. As always, please seek financial advisement when trading with your money, as these videos are for educational purposes only. Support your knowledge in the market, see what's going through my head on any given day. Always make sure you have a solid trading plan and always manage your stop when placing a trade. All right, Jedi traders, good to see you. There we go. All right, awesome. It was Wednesday, and talk about the oil today. We'll get into the futures here in a moment as price action here on day 3, Wednesday, middle of the week, AM session. Well, we'll actually jump into that Globex session as we did yesterday, because it seems the Globex session's really getting the move here as the 6E, nice move. Actually, pre-market was kind of quiet with the London Open, but 6E gets a really nice move, only to bring it right back upside. Talk about volatility here on a Wednesday. All right, anything else gone wild here on the markets? It was all about the crude today. Let's take a look at that crude move down as market numbers came out on the crude, and finally just decided to chops at the lows. Again, perfect opportunity as in the trend. You got the T35 and T310 here crossing over downside. Another indicator holding underneath the 5144. That is not the Ichimoku cloud. If this is your first time watching my videos, that is a 5144 overlay. It's represented by the same thing on the third bar downside. All I'm indicating is a trend here. However you watch trends on your charts, it's a matter of where you place your stops and what is the indicator that says the market is continuing in trend. And those are the bars that I use, the Heikin Ashi bars versus the regular candles, as you can see, much easier to read. Again, it's not about understanding them, it's just to understand what trend is and what it looks like. And finally, CL, I wanted to go ahead and show you the CL there as price action. Again, you can look at a chart and say, and again, I post these intraday, I share these in the live trading room here as we see them happening, but the key here is price action on the crude here. This all happened within 5 minutes, and so if you were able to take the early entry on crude or prior and just sitting on it before the EIA report today, which was a build, you would have had the earliest entry, or you just wait for the small pullback here and able to capture the trend down. So nice move across the board on the CL charts. All right, let's get back to, there we go. So it was AM session, relentless chop downside. Really an all-day session in between the Globex, even though we had a nice range here today, a little bit larger than a 10-point range, but up, down, and finally just pretty much finishing out flat for the session. NQ slightly above the rest, closing out here above the daily open, about 10 points upside, but ESNY I'm pretty much finishing out flat. So CL, really the trend setter. 6J, again, what a move. I showed you the 6E. I believe we had a move on the 6J. We'll look at the chart here in a little bit. No, it was the 6E actually, that roller coaster ride. But a volatile session all around, a very large range bound. So 6E wave, Globex down, US session was up. VIX still remaining just upside of 10 as the econ highlights very light today. As we head into tomorrow, just go ahead. You know that Comey testifying already. The words are out. Maybe that's what the market was waiting for, to see if there was any smoking gun. Nothing to say that's going to perhaps have any negative outcome. So markets feel pretty whatever they feel. But no, maybe not as much volatility heading into tomorrow. Hey, we got tomorrow still to come up. We got the London votes, England, the British votes, the UK, and we have Apple, I believe, wrapping up their event. I don't know if it's a public event. We'll check in, see if there's anything being broadcast live. But again, throughout the week, we've been hearing about all the products. FANG stocks, plus a cup of coffee here, all in the green today. So pulled back a little bit, but both Amazon and Alphabet closing above 1,000. All right, so we ended up volatile chop, and therefore tagging the sticker. I don't give it a flat after yesterday's session, which was flat, but here today was all about the oil, and we saw the charts downside. Let's go ahead and jump into the charts and see how the market internals did. Taking a look at the NQ market profile, same exact picture that yesterday. What did I say? Said that we were going to have to build up some value in this weak lower area, as you can see right here on the chart. And so a little bit of value built in here, but not much. So almost same exact price structure yesterday, just a little bit lower today on the NQ. ES again, single prints downside, a little bit weaker down below, but we closed out that point of control from last week on 6/1, June 1st. I believe that was Thursday. So similar structure, 70% of today's trading range. Again, open point of control upside as we just consolidate another day on the market. Daily gaps, that's right, they still exist downside, but currently we still sit at those all-time highs up here. Consolidation across the board, and almost getting up back 3 all-time highs this week on the NQ. Nearest open gap on the NQ down here at 58.23. Hey, let me pop up the crude here. As crude continues to move down, we do have an open gap up here. We had one at 49.60 actually. I think that was closed. Let's erase that. So our nearest open gap right now is actually downside, 44.25 and 43.81. And it seems like even on the charts, let's go ahead and take a look there. There was the move up today. Crude, again, the setup as we talk about each day. It's weather regardless of the moving averages, but I'll show you how that helped today. On the indices, here you go, 51.44 downside, HA bars, and in sync. That's the template right there on the charts. So where do you look for it? Right there. Crossover moving average. One indicator say we're in trend. You're in pre-market. Solid Heikin Ashi bars downside. 534 in sync in the red. 51.44. That's your chart of the day. There's your trend chart of the day on the CL. And thank you. Shout out to StockTwits there for reposting the chart here. As we were in trend, selling off. Nice move downside. Each giving you an opportunity. Stop taking out most likely trade management if you had put your stop at the swing high, and then 2 more opportunities the market ran down. So again, that's your intraday. Let's take a look at the big picture on crude. As we've talked about all week, it is the middle of the week, reviewing the key indices as we've seen price action now back under in trend. On the bigger picture, we jump to a 50 tick range chart, and the MMLs holding downside 250 and the 10 after consolidation at the zone high, and now moving downwards. We'll be looking down here towards the zone low for some support as the market moves ahead. All right, any other charts of interest? Really, today NQ became more of a scalp session than anything else. You probably did well. It was around 7 or 8 setups. Price action, again, early AM session. There you go. Taking the highest probability setup or price action underneath the cloud. Whether you got a runner to go an extra couple ticks, that was just a matter of volatility today. But big picture, NQ holding up there on the 34 EMA on a 25 tick chart. All right, let's take a look at the overall session on the NQ as it pulled out again. Pockets of small scalps opportunities in the AM session. PM session was that V happened to step out for a while here on this move down. So there you go, another move down like yesterday, wasn't able to catch. But price action bounced back up, gave you action above the cloud. And I want to go ahead and show you here, as price action started to regain momentum here on the NQ right here at about 230, you could see that the T35 moving average was actually downside. Once it crossed over the T310, then you had some momentum. So we were actually sitting here at the Globex high here on the NQ. So great way to indicate that we're back in trend. And if you go through the chart through the entire day, you'll see moving average crossover, just another indicator. For instance, price action moved down. Great. Are you going back long? No. Are you going back short? Yes. Moving averages don't cross over. And another additional indicator to show you that trend is continuing in direction. All right, let's take a look at the ES. Price action on the ES, again, smooth. There's one move upside together with the 5144 and the 534, everything in the green. Moving averages staying upside. Can't stay on too long here. Got to get that stop to break even. Maybe you got stopped out, or maybe you took your ticks out if you scalped it out. That was the recommendation here, to just scalp it out as price action turned back around on the ES. Nice move down. Yep, a couple hanging tails. Trade management might have taken you out of those, but if you scalp this for a point or two on the ES, not a bad day. And then back downside for a nice long run, and then back upside in PM session. So actually PM session, interesting enough, as we head into contract rollover actually on the CR charts tomorrow, and as we roll into quad witching next week with the events of Thursday. Interesting to see that afternoon session. I don't think that's going to last too much longer, but hey, it's the market. We never know what will happen. And the YM, there it is. Price action similar to the ES. Little slight moving up, downside again. If you went for the scalps today on the YM, not bad. Afternoon rush to the upside. I want to pull up a MML chart here today on the 1 minute chart, as really that was one of the key charts here today in the morning session to be watching on the MML, those Murray math levels. As price action opened up, MML entry would be at 58.79 here. As it broke resistance here, your stop would be up here at 58.80.25. Run it all the way down. Again, it's a level-to-level trading plan where price action takes you out right at the support, 58.69, regardless of price momentum downside. I would say if you hit 58.69 and you're still in trend, keep moving your stop down 1 MML level down as it bypasses, and then be taken out. And once you broke back upside, nice move, comes back. So really nice, even though we look at it as a roller coaster on the range chart as we did. Let me pull up that NQ one more time. So we're talking about this AM session right here, and I believe I had an overlay of the MML charts with the NQ. Give me a moment here. I believe I did. There we go. There's your NQ. There's your MMLs on a 1 minute. So price action lifts upside. So if you had that 1 minute overlay, all right, there's your scalp entry. You got that in mind. Price action tucks underneath. Now, if you're waiting for the momentum, it's the moving average crossover. I know the entry's over here, but off the 1 minute, price action drove down nicely. Let's go ahead and see that. Let me get that 1 minute chart back up. There it is. So price action lifted, comes down, pulls back up, and so a 1 minute chart really magnified well on the price from here, upside, all the way down, and back upside to the top. So again, whether you trade that off a 1 minute chart or you trade it off a range chart, very nice setups today. All right, there's our chart highlights again. It was really the 6E on the roller coaster. I told you, down and back upside there on some of those Twitter news feeds that I caught out there, and 6E just doing the major roller coaster day. Not only do we get back upside, but back down and back up. I'll show you the chart here at the end of the day. All right, charts. Let's see where we are today. Again, we are on a bigger time frame here. Taking a look at the ES on a 15 tick chart, holding up here at the T340. Still market momentum holding upside. So we're at 50% consolidation. We did have an MML reset today, so we got some new zone highs from the beginning of the week. As pre-market on the ES, we were sitting in the zone high. So we have a redraw as price action came down here, found support at the 10 EMA, and holding 50% pullback. So goes either way, up or down as we head into tomorrow. Keep the levels in mind. 37.50 up to 45.25, and tomorrow down zone low, 50 period moving average, well below us, all the way down at 85.79. Taking a look at the NQ chart again, MML up here, 58.9850 up to 937.50. There's our zone high. We're holding at 50% pullback. Open gaps, 58.23 we mentioned. Here's our zone low heading into tomorrow. Currently the momentum, you can see here today, as we had pointed out, that resistance on the T34 held this morning. Came down to that T3 100. Again, a moving average that I've been watching lately, and sure enough, there was the bounce. Where have we seen that recently? Let's pull back. We found that last week on last Thursday. So price action finds that 100 period moving average on a Tin Tilson T3 moving average and regains upside. So momentum currently still upside on the bigger picture. Again, I want to point out great opportunities. At some point, you might decide to scalp or your trade management. But again, I'm going to show you one, and then again, you can see it, the rest of the setups here. So first indicator, you see the moving average. Price action's already crossed under the cloud. You don't take it. You wait. You wait for at least some charts in sync. How many? Well, you prefer at least all of them so that you have Heikin-Ashi bars in trend downside. You have your 534 in sync and your 5144. And again, you got all three setting up here. T3 moving average is already in slope downside, and you take the move. Best setup in the afternoon. Once price action lifted back upside, you're sitting here at the Globex high. Price action again, all in sync. Now, there's two setups here. Number one is the fact that price action lifted again, solid body tails up, is an indicator for trend direction change. All right, but T3 moving averages have crossed downside. Even though we have everything in sync, even though you can bring your stop to the swing size low, even though price action never came back, the higher probability setup ended up working out much easier here than here based on the fact that what happened? That's right, the T3 moving averages crossed right there. So another internal to help you in your trend. All right, it's YM looking ahead. Zone high, price action holding up here, 30 minutes, 240 minute, 4-hour chart with the 60-minute levels here. Again, a lot of consolidation across the board market. Not ready to make the next move yet here. As a little concern here on the YM as resistance up here, now holding at the 34. So I got to go with the current trend is upside with some serious resistance here. If the YM will lag, usually behind the other indices. So we'll see how the next 2 days roll out. But I don't see the YM moving here as of yet to the upside. Take a look at the crude. We mentioned the crude downside momentum. We'll watch the zone low heading into tomorrow. And GC with a nice move trend here downside today. 51.44. That was your market open. A little bit of a pocket of opportunity here on the 51.44 above the cloud. T3 moving averages were upside. You got everything in sync. Again, trade management comes into play. Back downside, T3 moving averages crossover. Maybe a scalp entry. Maybe you were able to hang on if you took the deeper stop, but price action came down. PM session, not much to speak of. And then right there on the downfall here towards the close. I don't know. Hang on a second here, guys. Let's see. Session. Something's up with my time frames here, so I gotta. Okay. Session closed on the gold here, so I gotta fix that. That's the COMEX close there, and so gold just a little bit of trend in the afternoon session. All right, mid-session week 6J again. Nice move on the 6J downside today on the lower time frames. There were your moves. Again, a little bit of a wave action, both up and down. Again, highest probability setups don't sway from the trading plan as price action running now up at the zone high. 50% pullback will be here around 62.50 as the momentum on the 6J for today moving downside. This is a 15-tick chart. I'm considering going to a higher time frame at this point, especially with a lot of price action within the day. I want to pull back a little bit further, so we'll visit that on the weekend. All right, taking the 6E off the MML low, zone low. Take a look at the zone high as again, 20-tick range chart on the 6E midweek. We're still consolidated here, but holding around the 10-period moving average. Currently momentum back upside, but again, we've been flipping here this week. That's today's action. I'd probably want to go to a higher time frame at this point with a lot of price movement. Again, a lot of news bits on the 6E coming up with the ECB also announcing tomorrow. All right, Jedi traders took a little extra time to go over those charts. Important to roll through those each day so you identify the highest probability trends. They're pretty visible. Go ahead and post them each day. Review them in the live trading room. So if you got any questions, feel free to ask me anytime. All right, looking ahead to tomorrow, Econo Day. There we go. Jobless claims, and we got, hopefully, I believe the Apple event still rolling, and we have the testimony, which I'm sure algos will use to their advantage. We have ECB, we have the London UK vote as well. So a lot of, and that ECB announcement is supposed to come out after the after the numbers on the UK vote. So a lot of going ahead to Thursday. Again, charts will still be on. Keep those charts on the June contract. Volume does not roll over until at least Friday, if not Monday, where most of the volume will be in the new contract. All right, Jedi traders, that wraps up today's daily trend on the key technical momentum of the indices and key futures markets that I watch each day. Feel free to stop by here at tradingfibs.com or any of my social media outlets to obtain more information. My trading mantra: one simple strategy, any chart, any market, any time frame will keep you disciplined. And you can find me every day on Twitter at Trading Fibs here. I always leave the crystal ball to the experts, and I'm only watching the charts in front of me. And as always, I leave my buys at the door when trading. Hey guys, a shout out to Infinity Futures as their live trading challenge is coming up. We've been going through that each day, livetradingchallenge.com. Go ahead, check out my Infinity Futures webinar page where I went ahead and did a 3-part series. You can go ahead and click here. And as a live certified trading coach, you can check out the webinar series. And those are the topics I covered. They will be there forever and ever, I believe. And maybe help you out with your trading plan or help you be successful in that simulation. Again, check out the information at livetradingchallenge.com. Hey, Jedi traders, if you're interested in joining us in our community of like-minded traders in our live trading room each day, feel free to email me on any for Thursday or Friday. David at tradingfibs.com will get you in as a guest. You can see these happen as they happen in trading day and see, again, what's going through my head as the charts roll out. Again, a lot of great information on my website. Again, you can always email me, David at tradingfibs. There it is, TradingFibz. All right, Jedi traders, that's a wrap. I think we've covered it all. Have yourselves a Blue Zone day wherever you may be. It is National Chocolate Ice Cream Day, so go ahead, have yourself a bowl of ice cream. Until then, have yourselves a great day. Have yourselves a good night and good trading to you.